Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Jarno and this channel is Easy Finnish. Okay, today I wanna teach you some basics how to build and form sentences in Finnish, and how to use verbs, and how to by changing the verbs, changing their tenses, can help you to understand more how to use one sentences and transform this one sentences to other, and that way build up your knowledge of Finnish language. Okay, let's go. So normally we have a subject, we have a verb, and then we have an object when we say something and when we form the sentences. For example, Pekka is subject, and pelaa, verb, Pekka pelaa jääkiekkoa. Pekka pelaa jääkiekkoa. Pekka is subject, pelaa is verb, and jääkiekko is object. Pekka syö. Pekka syö omenaa. Pekka syö omenaa. Pekka plays ice hockey. Pekka eats apple. Okay. So basics: subject, who, Pekka, verb, what's happening, pelaa, syö, and what's the object, jääkiekkoa, omena. Okay, so we have basic sentences, right? So, and we know something about sentences. Yeah, and we know something about verbs and things like that. Okay, now let's say that we have Pekka here, but then we know we have language and we can use personal pronouns. Okay, let's think about that, how to change these sentences easy way. Okay, at hän syö omenaa. Okay, we have now hän syö omenaa. Okay, so we have Pekka, we have hän. What else we can do? Add more. What if there is a Pekka's sister or mother or father eating an apple or playing ice hockey? Then we have to start thinking, okay, let's use these, let's keep these here, and let's change these a little bit. How to say, like, when there's a Pekka's mother? Okay, so we have to take Pekka, and then we have to take mother, äiti. Pekka, äiti, eat. Then we need an apple, omena. Pekka, äiti syö omenaa. Omena. So we have a noun, we have a Pekka, we have a noun, äiti, we have a verb, eating, we have a noun, omena. So we have 4 words, okay? So now we have to think, okay, let's do proper sentences in Finnish. So this would be in English like Pekka, mother, eat an apple. Okay. If you say Pekka, äiti syö omenaa, it sounds a little bit funny, but in the context, perhaps you would understand it. So, Pekan äiti, Pekan this way, Pekan. Pekan äiti syö omenaa. So now we have to change the word. So by learning this kind of things, you get your language skills better and you start understanding more. When you take a basic sentences and start little bit changing it, tweaking it. Okay, like if you are a photographer and you tweak your photos after taking them, you know. So Pekan äiti syö omenaa. Okay, now we have to hear verb. Okay, verb. What else? Something happened before, like Pekka ei pelaa, ei pelaa. Pekka ei pelaa. Ei pelaa. Ei pelaa, it's negative. Okay, Pekka ei pelaa jääkiekkoa. Okay. Pekka pelasi. Pekka pelasi jääkiekkoa. Okay, now we change it. It happened. It's imperfect. Pelasi. Okay, Pekka pelasi jääkiekkoa. When that happened? Because it's ended. So Pekka pelasi jääkiekkoa eilen. So, how to... Okay, here, eilen. Eilen Pekka pelasi jääkiekkoa. Okay, so we have a noun time. Time here. Okay, what else we can put here? How Pekka pelasi? How? And perhaps he was happy. Pekka was happy. Eilen Pekka pelasi jääkiekkoa. Perhaps we can say Pekka pelasi iloisesti jääkiekkoa. Iloisesti. Iloisesti. And what if Pekka scored many times? Scored many times. We can say eilen Pekka pelasi iloisesti. Okay, but we can say hyvin. Hyvin. Eilen Pekka pelasi hyvin jääkiekkoa. So when there are more elements, it starts forming a story. Okay. So learning what are the elements of the sentences. You start understanding more, and then that's the way you get more words. For example, if you keep just it simple, keep it just simple way. Now we have here omena and we have a few verbs, and then we have pronouns and subjects and subject pronouns and then Pekan äiti we can change. What we know? Isä. Pekan isä syö omena. What if it happened yesterday? Let's change this. Let's conjugate it. Pekan isä söi omenaa. Omenan. We have to conjugate this, of course. Omenan. Pekan isä söi omenan. One apple. But what if Pekan isä söi omenaa? So we don't know what happened after. We saw Pekan isä eating apple, but perhaps Pekan isä didn't finish eating it. But when we say omenan, we understand, okay, there is no omena left. Perhaps there is a omena still in the fridge. Okay. Pekan isä söi omenan. Pekan äiti söi omenan. And so on. So. You can change object. Always you can change object. You can change verb. You can add time. You can add like adverbs. You can add or keep it simple. So, and changing these, remembering that we have nouns, and nouns become like subjects, or perhaps sometimes like objects. And we have verbs, and we have adjectives. How we can build up sentences. Okay, so basically it's words. It's all about words when we making sentences. So we think, okay, we have a somebody there, hän, or we have me, or we have te, or he. So now we have to start thinking like when we form what they have done or what they are doing. We can put like hän tanssii. Hän tanssii. Tanssii. Okay, hän tanssii. Finnish sometimes seems to be a little bit weird. Tanssii. Okay. Hän tanssii. Hän tanssii. That's just that's one thing. You can say hän tanssii. Okay. Me tanssimme. Te tanssitte. He tanssivat. He tanssivat. Okay, now we have a subject pronoun here, and then we have a verb here. And this verb doesn't have object. It works this way. Hän tanssii, me tanssimme, te tanssitte, he tanssivat. But now we can use adjective, for example, describing how they dance. Hän tanssii hyvin. Hän tanssii hyvin. Hän tanssii huonosti. Huonosti. Hän tanssii huonosti. Me tanssimme iloisesti. Iloisesti. Me tanssimme surullisesti. Surullisesti. Te tanssitte. What adjective we can use? I run out of adjective. Perhaps you can leave a comment and then create your own sentences. Okay, but understanding that sometimes we don't need there's no need to like intransitive and transitive verbs. We need object, then we don't need object, but we can describe with adjective how some kind of action happening, for example. And meaning action, normally verbs are described like, okay, it's action, but action can be just being standing. So standing it's verb, or waiting, so nothing happened, so it's not action that much, but okay. And then when our object get kind of indirect object. Okay, so now you're watching this and you're thinking, what? Talking about sentences, how to form them. You can start easily. Pekka. We have a Pekka here. Okay, and then Pekka. Pekka antaa. Antaa omenan. Pekka antaa omenan äidilleen. äidilleen. Sorry, my marker. Pekka antaa omenan äidilleen. Okay. Pekka syö omenaa. And in Finnish, you know, you have to know how to conjugate, of course, verbs and nouns. But that's not a big problem when you also learning same time this how sentences works. Okay. In Finnish we have a word order and it's quite free, but it's not always work even it's free. Okay. So for example, if we use verb here, antaa Pekka omenan äidilleen, antaa Pekka, it's not natural, but it works still. So Pekka antaa omenan äidilleen. So now Pekka, subject, verb, we have an object, and now there is someone still, and it's like an object also, right? But it's like a it's like an indirect object, isn't it? If I'm wrong, correct me. But understanding that we have an apple, we have omena here, and Pekka can eat it. Pekka eats omena, Pekka syö omenaa, okay. Pekka söi omenan, okay. Pekka söi omenaa, didn't finish it. And now same omena, same apple go forward, you know. It goes to Pekka's mother now. Pekka antaa omenan äidilleen. So the action takes a little bit further. So I'm here eating, and then okay, I passed. You know, I give omena away. So start creating your sentences like when you learn Finnish basics, like you can say minä, sinä, minä teen, minä menen, basic things. Then start realizing and start kind of figuring out what are these elements in the sentences, like subject, verb, object, time, when something happens, subjekti, verbi, objekti, aika, adverbi, adjektiivi, those things. Like if you have a still Pekka here, how to describe Pekka? Pekka on something. Pekka on nuori. Pekka on nuori. Pekka on vanha. Vanha. So nuori, young, vanha, old. Pekka on. How to use be verb with Pekka. How to conjugate it. Also thinking about how to take this further. How to use, for example, some other describing words, like Pekka on tosi vanha, or tosi nuori. Pekka on tosi vanha, Pekka on tosi nuori. And what then happens? You can still going further and making story. Okay, so some basic things. Hopefully this helped you a little bit. But conclusion is that you can start sentences and start building your kind of story and your comprehension by also understanding and learning what's happening there? What's happening when I have a nouns, when I have adjectives, when I have some other stuff there, time, when something happened, and using just one, two sentences, and then reforming them using different words and seeing what happens. Okay, so if you say, okay, I'm going there, change it a little bit. Okay, I went, I will. Same in Finnish, like minä menen or minä menin. Oh, mä olen menossa. Changing, minä menen iloisesti, minä menen surullisesti, minä menen nopeasti, minä menen hitaasti, minä menen, it's, there's no limits to make a story, and that these kind of stories helps you to build up your competence in learning Finnish language and other languages. Yeah, and you can apply this also your normal life stuff also. Okay. Yeah, all right, and more on my Facebook page. There are members who definitely wants to help you if you have questions. I'm there on Facebook also, and then I have an Instagram. I put all links there below, and same videos. This is a playlist about grammar. There are a few videos I have made already about Finnish grammar, and this was a little bit longer video explaining a little bit about forming sentences and how to use different tenses, for example. Okay, kiitos katsomisesta ja seuraavaan videoon. Moi moi!